Hey, welcome back to the organizing tip. Really excited to share this one with you because I get this question all the time, and that is, how do you deal with kids clutter? How do you keep your kids picking up after themselves? How do you keep your home with 3 kids free of toys? And this is really funny because I have people who come over to visit and I think they must think I'm the meanest person ever because they're like, you have 3 kids and not one visible toy anywhere. And it's true. We don't keep kids' toys out in the open, and there's a couple of reasons why. First is, I've really found, especially I ran a daycare out of my home for 5 years, that less is more when it comes to kids' toys. So they're more engaged when they have less out. Trust me, my kids have bonkers amount of toys. But the stuff that they can actually access and play, especially the little ones on a day-to-day basis, I really minimize because they're more engaged when there's less. And the other reason is you can't expect a child to be able to clean up a mountain of toys. It's too overwhelming. So by really minimizing what they have at a regular time, you're able to give them a tangible and attainable cleanup system, right? So I know what you're thinking, but my kids have toys and where do you put them? I'm going to talk about toy rotation, but before you stop the video, I'm going to show you a painless way, no matter how much space you have, that you can create toy rotation in your home. It will not take up a lot of space, and it certainly won't take up a lot of your time. In fact, it's going to save you time because you're not going to have to pick up armfuls of toys off your floor ever again. So I'll show you what we use here for our toy rotation, and it's these great little cubes. The reason I love these cubes is because they're heavy enough that the kid's not going to dump them out. They actually have to physically go in and pull out the toys that they want. Also, of course, when you put the lid on, it doubles as seating, which is awesome, and it really hides the toys when you want to at night have that grown-up space. But the best reason is the fact that these canvas cubes here slide into them perfectly. So I have a bunch of these canvas cubes that actually I got these from Dollarama, $2 each, but any canvas bin will fit inside. You don't have to get these storage cubes per se. You can use a toy box, you can use, an old trunk, whatever it is in your home, or you can just have these like this sitting on the floor. The point is with the toy rotation. So what I've done inside is put some of his favorite toys, just random groupings of some of his favorite toys in here, and then I've divided them into like 6 of these bins, only keeping 2 out and keeping the other 4 in, 2 of them in the downstairs toy box and 2 of them away in the closet. So I'm constantly rotating them, but it's not work because I don't have to pick up each individual toy. I literally lift out the canvas bin, carry it downstairs, and bring up another one. So the reason this is so effective is because it's less toys for the kids to play with, so they're really more engaged with what they have. But because you're constantly bringing out new stuff, it's always like Christmas morning. They have new toys to engage them, new toys to excite them, and they're actually going to spend more time with those toys. So I'll show you downstairs where we keep our toy rotation. I know what you're thinking. I don't have a lot of space. I don't have a spot to put these type of bins. Trust me, you will find the room. You could do it on the top of your kid's shelf, in their closet. You can tuck them under your child's bed. You can tuck them under your own bed. You can put them in the garage. There's lots of spots that you can put a couple of these little bins to do a toy rotation. So come with me while I show you. So here's a closet where I carved out a little section for toy rotation for my son, who's 16 months old, because the older girls are getting better at being able to put their toys away in a designated spot and bring them out when they want to play with them. They actually don't spend a ton of time in the toy room. It's more like my giant toy rotation center. But the little one, on the other hand, when they're little like that, 16 months, probably to around the age of 4, it's really up to us to be in charge of swapping them toys and keeping them interested and engaged in their toys. So here's what we have here. We actually have 6 of these bins. 2 of them are in the upstairs toy bins, 2 of them in the downstairs toy bins in our living room, and then we keep 2, of course, in here. He also has a little bit of toys here in the toy room, but these are the ones that are put away, and I just bring out when I'm finding that he's needing to be engaged or he's not really finding his toys interesting again. So we bring them out because then they become new and fresh and he wants to play with them. less is more, especially with littler kids. It's also, of course, a manageable amount for them to clean up, obviously. You don't want every toy you own stacked in the corner in the living room. That's just not realistic for you or your children to pick up on their own. For my older kids, I have a "you're driving me nuts" bin. This is where I put toys that they haven't played with in a while, or craft kits. Maybe I'll pick up, some new coloring books every now and then. I put it in here, and when they're driving me nuts, I'll pull something out of here, and it's fresh and it's new, even if it's an older toy, but they haven't played with it in a while. Putting it in here and then bringing it out, it's going to seem like a new toy to your kids. I cannot say enough about the toy rotation strategy. It is a lifesaver for keeping your home clutter-free, and for keeping your kids more entertained. I know that sounds insane. Why would I get rid of all my kids' toys that are everywhere? Then they're going to have nothing to play with and they're going to be driving you crazy. But the truth is, the opposite is true. Behind me, I have my other toy storage that I use. Now, this we got for my daycare, my home daycare, but it's the same principle. On the bottom shelves, the toy bins the little kids could reach on their own, and then top ones they couldn't. I'd swap them down, and when I did, it seemed like they had new and fresh toys. So this is sort of the system again, except I'm keeping the bins also in the closet. And as the kids get older, I'm going to get rid of all this and then just have closet systems. So if you're thinking, I don't have space for toy rotation, I promise you do. Under your kids' beds, on the top of their closet, under your bed, in the garage. Maybe you have a hall closet that's full of cleaning products. Get rid of those things. Put some bins in there. I just got these bins from Dollarama. They were $2 each. It's great for minimizing the toys that the kids have access to, but also constantly rotating them out so they're new and fresh. Your home will be cleaner, your kids will be happier, and I know you're gonna thank me. Give it a try. That's your tip. I'll see you next time.